Video we'll be going over auto receptionists within the One Talk portal. When you first log into the Verizon My Business portal, you want to make sure that you're in the One Talk section. To get here, you need to click Manage, Product Portals, and then One Talk. Once you're in the One Talk portal, you'll also want to make sure you're in the correct group that you want to edit. So to get to the correct group, you hit the little plus sign, you'll expand, and then click the group that you want to be in. You might not have different groups, but some people do, depending on if they have multiple locations or different departments. Sometimes you'll organize your lines or your users within that particular group. To manage the auto receptionist, you can see that there's one auto receptionist within this group. You just click View Details. Again, we have one auto receptionist. It looks like it hasn't been set up yet because there's no name. So we'll click this phone number, and that brings us to this auto receptionist. At the top here, you can label it. So maybe main AR, main auto receptionist. And you'll want to make sure that's copied and pasted in both places. That way, when you go to find the auto receptionist again, you can see it by its label. Keep in mind, this is not going to be what displays when you call outbound. This is just for inbound purposes. That's what's going to display on the desk phone and for organizational purposes within the portal. Time zones will be managed mainly at the group level, so whatever you have selected at the group level, that will display here. You can also manage your names within the group. So this is if you only have one group, it would default to same group. If you want to dial by name across groups, if you have multiple locations, then you'll want to make sure that all groups is on. Same with extension dialing across groups. You want to make sure that's on as well. And then you can also select, if you're doing dial by name, you can select whether you dial by last name first or first name first. If there's a company with a lot of family folks within that company, you'll probably want to dial by first name first. Below that, you'll see your recordings. So one section will be for during hours, the other section will be for after hours and holidays. If it is a holiday, it will just play your after hours greeting. You're more than welcome to change your greetings depending on the holiday or the season. You'll do that through here, but we'll go over that in a second. Schedules we'll go over in a future video as well, but just keep in mind anything outside of the schedule selected will play the after hours and holidays greeting. Under this condition, it's just going to always play the during hours recording if you just leave it as always as default. Some people don't elect to have an after hours or holiday greeting. They just want the same greeting. Some companies are 24 hours. So that's why you might have just no schedule applied. As far as recordings, you can upload that through here. There's kind of two sections here. You can record a greeting within the portal, which is kind of nice. You can also upload a recording from your files on your computer. Now there are some conditions here. It has to be in a WAV format under 2 megs, and it has to be uploaded from your files. So to generate a recording, there's a couple options besides recording it within the portal. You can go to the app BroadSoft Recorder on your cell phone, whether it's Android or Apple. You install this and you can actually record the greeting directly on your cell phone. You can email it to yourself, download it to your computer, and then simply upload it through the portal. That will automatically record in WAV, so you don't have to format anything after that. Now you can also use third-party websites. This is one that I use. Keep in mind any advertisements or anything within this is not Ctel's or Verizon's opinions, so you'll get different advertisements through here because it is a free website. But you can actually select your language, you can select an accent, you can select different types of people and whatnot through here, which is nice. I usually just elect for this one up here. But you can see I kind of typed out a mock recording here. Keep in mind, for this to be free, it has to be under 500 characters. And then you can convert, and it will spit out the recording, and then you can download. Now, you see here, it says download to MP3. Remember before, it needs to be in a WAV format. So in the portal, it does suggest a website called g711.org, which I have that open here. And once you've downloaded that MP3, you can upload it through g711.org, and then you can download it, and it will convert it to a WAV format. Once it's in a WAV format, you can, of course, upload it through the portal. As far as your options, you have options 1 through 9, 0 and star. Pound or hashtag will default to just transfer to operator, which is the phone number for the auto receptionist. So it's just going to play the greeting again. So pound will be a repeat menu essentially. Dial by extension is just a menu. Dial by name, again, is just a menu. Again, you have to select by last name or first name up here. Now, some people will do by department. Some people will do by individual user. So if you wanted to ring an individual user for option 3, you can transfer without prompt and then select your user from the list. Save. And this is who it's going to be. And you can edit this, right, if you want to label it whatever you want to label. And then you can also select this to go direct to voicemail. So if this was an after hours scenario, you might not want it to ring John's phone for 5 times and then go to his voicemail. You already know John's not going to be there because it's after hours. So in that scenario, maybe you have it go direct to voicemail. Now, say I wanted it to go to a department where it's going to ring multiple people. Well, from our previous video, we would want to utilize a hunt group in that scenario. So we would essentially just create a hunt group with that department or with those people that I want to ring. All right, so we have this hunt group set up. Then we would just copy that hunt group number from here, and then we would move that into the auto receptionist. So we would go option 3, transfer without prompt to that hunt group. And maybe I label that hunt group sales, right? Or service, or whatever you want to label it that way. That way we can stay organized in here. We always want to label as much as we can within the portal. Now I would also, on the hunt group side, make sure you label that sales option 3. That way when you're on the hunt group section, you can tell there as well. As far as after hours, again, because we don't have a schedule in here, it's just always going to play during hours. We will go over scheduling in a few videos, but you can have a holiday schedule in here as well. So again, if it is a holiday that you have selected within that schedule, it's just going to play the after hours greeting. It's defaulted to play the same thing or have the same keys, but you can have, of course, different keys within that after hours auto receptionist. So same concept. Maybe you would have direct to voicemail in that scenario. You can upload a custom greeting, same as during hours.